we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm going to probably pause this a couple of times to try to keep the file sizes down, but if you want to start, we can run through it once, see how it goes, and then try it again.
Okay. Tell me when.
Well, you said you wanted to start with an introduction of you?
I can say that. If you say you're recording now.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Piers Anthony. I'm a science fiction and fantasy writer. Back when I was a teen, I heard about a marvelous story that had been published. So I did some research, finally ran it down, finally got a copy. It was The Lovers by Philip Jose Farmer, published in a 1952 edition of Startling Stories. I read it and I loved it. It was one of the best stories I'd ever read. As far as I'm concerned, it made him justifiably, instantly famous. It was a man, his love story, found an alien girlfriend, and he really loved her, but she had one problem. She was alcoholic. So he tried to substitute, without telling her, for the alcohol with something that tasted like it, but wasn't the same, so that he could try to get her off the alcohol. And what he didn't know was that she wasn't really alcoholic. She was alien. She was a form of insect in human form. And when he took away the alcohol without her knowledge, that made her, in effect, become pregnant, which for this meant that the thousands of alien insect babies inside her would consume her from the inside out, as she would be dead. And the last words of this story were, Jeanette, Jeanette. He finally realized what he'd done. He destroyed his love, because she loved him. She was, physically she was an insect, but she was human in every way you could tell, and she did love him. Well, the memory of that story, when I went to college, I got together with a girl I knew. Her name was Barbara Baller. And in art class, we collaborated on a painting. And it featured that story, The Lovers. I drew a giant insect. She drew a nude woman. She was better at drawing nude. I hadn't seen that many nude women at that time yet. And so we put it together, this collaborative painting. And we both loved it. It worked out. Later, when I left college, she had the painting, and then she had to give it up. She said the last she knew, it was being passed around from men's dormitory to men's dormitory. Presumably they were looking at the nude rather than at the insect. So that was my personal, individual memory, my introduction to Phil Farmer. In later years, I actually collaborated with him, with Farmer, on a novel. It was called The Caterpillar's Question, was published in 1992. And so it was sort of a completion of my relationship with him. Now, time has passed. Phil Farmer is gone, but the fond memories remain.